Yo, what's going on, y'all? Just want to come at y'all with a video real quick. I know that a lot of y'all are grinding, a lot of y'all are working on your agencies and things like that. And I just kind of wanted to give y'all a video that I feel like would be super beneficial to you guys and to kind of give you something that I wish that I had and something that I wish that I could have had laid out because it would have saved me so much time. And that's the art of negotiation. Negotiation is such a huge part of business in general, but it's definitely a huge part of owning an agency and owning an email agency. And the reason being is because you're going to have to negotiate about everything as a service based business. This is because people want to argue with you on your price. That's like the main complaint that you're going to have is price. Why do I need the service, etc. Things like that. So you, as an agency owner and operator, are going to have to work around these objections and overall negotiate majority of the time. You're going to have to negotiate every single day. It's just a part of the game, okay? And just in life, you need good negotiation skills in order to be a successful human being in general, nigga. Like, you're gonna have to become confrontational at some point in your life, and that's just how the world works, all right? And that's just what you need to realize is that at some point you're gonna need to learn how to negotiate. It goes hand in hand in relationships, it goes hand in hand in friendships. You use negotiation even when you're picking what fucking food to eat. You use negotiation when you're picking out what video to beat your fucking dick to. You know what I mean? You're sitting there beating your shit. You're like, next one. Let me go to the next page. Nah, page 2 not doing it. Let me go to page 3. Page 4. You're negotiating and weighing the options of the videos. Okay? So you need negotiation in your everyday life. So how to negotiate with almost anybody to get whatever the fuck you want. Here's a common misconception. Most people think that negotiation is about logic. It's really not. People are emotional creatures. You could get the most rational person that you know ever, and they will still succumb to their emotions. Everybody is controlled to a certain degree by their emotions. It's because people like to believe that they make decisions based on facts. Everybody thinks they're right. Everybody thinks that they are making the best decisions based on facts that they believe to be true. But the truth is that they make decisions based on emotions more of the time and then justify those decisions with logic after the fact instead of before. So, if you ignore emotions, you're negotiating with the wrong person because everybody negotiates or everybody succumbs to their emotions. So, this kind of goes into my first part, which is you need to become a people mover, not a problem solver. I'll say that one more time. You negotiating need to become a people mover, not a problem solver. Write that down. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is your job isn't to immediately solve the problem. Your job is to understand the person or individual that you are standing and negotiating with right across from you. The better someone feels understood, the more willing they become to work with you. People don't really fight solutions, they fight feeling unheard. And fellas, I know that you have heard that before if you've ever been in a relationship. A girl probably has said those words to you. Or if you're a person in general, somebody has probably said something like that to you. I'm not feeling heard. I feel unheard. And majority of the time, you're just like, what? Unheard? And you start shifting away from the main focus and you start attacking the person, right? When you need to focus less on proving your point and more on making the other person feel like you genuinely understand their side of the story. Which kind of leads into my second point, which is that you guys need to listen more than you speak. Okay? Point 1 and point 2 go hand in hand. You need to listen more than you speak. The biggest advantage in negotiation isn't talking, it's actually listening to what the other person is saying. Most people spend the conversation waiting for their turn to speak. Wrong. You're wrong, nigga. You should not be doing that. Instead, you should be actively listening. Ask questions. Stay curious and let the other person kind of explain themselves. Because the more that they talk, the more information that they give you. And information is going to be leverage for you. Okay? Because the more information you have, the more leverage you have. Right? And also, if you're thinking about this, if you let them kind of talk and keep going, they will openly contradict themselves majority of the time. If you believe that the person that you're negotiating or in a conflict or argument with is wrong, majority of the time, if you just don't say anything and let them speak, they will sit there and, well, no, I don't mean all the time, or, well, I guess not in that, and they will start arguing themselves against air. And that's where you win. That's where the leverage is because deep down, you know through active listening that they know that they're not fully informed on what they're speaking on, or that they know that maybe they can budge a little, maybe they can give a little. You know what I mean? Which kind of brings me into the third point, which is you need to mirror what they do. Okay? Mirroring is something that I have been doing since fucking birth, and it works, bro. Y'all niggas need to start picking up on this shit because y'all would go way farther in networking, way farther in business, way farther in relationships, way farther in friendships if you just mirror the people around you. It is one of the simplest psychological techniques that you can use. Just repeat the last 1 to 3 important words that they said as a question, right? Not only mirroring their movements, but when you're actively listening to their conversation, just repeat the last 1 to 3 words that they said. I'll give you an example. Man, these gas prices are just too high. Too high? Well, yeah, bro. It's $5 now. It was $4. What the fuck's going on? $4? God damn. Wait, really? What? It's $5 now? Yeah, bro. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh, this administration is fucking everything up. How are they fucking everything up? Well, blah blah blah. And then you keep on going, right? Or for example, if you need someone to divulge information, right? You can be like, I just can't believe that happened. Well, what happened? Man, I can't really get into that right now. Oh, it's all good if you can't really get into it. Well, look, I just, and then they keep on going. If you just keep on asking questions or repeating the last 1 to 3 words, they will eventually give you more information. And guess what? Back to the other point, information is leverage, people. Information is leverage, and that's it. So people naturally will continue talking because they feel heard, and they'll often reveal the real reason behind their objection without you even having to ask directly. After you mirror, you're gonna want to stay silent. Maybe count to 4 or something in your head if that helps you. But really, you just want to let the conversation breathe a little bit because the silence will create pressure, and people naturally, and I'm a victim of this too sometimes. People will naturally want to fill that awkward silence with words and with information. So if you just kind of sit there, okay, and let them think on what they just said, they'll start talking even more after the fact. Fourth point, using the right voice, using the right tone. Fellas, contrary to popular belief, it is the tone of voice that you use. I know, crazy, fucking crazy, but it's true, okay? The tone of your voice matters so much when speaking to people, even for a power dynamic, even for a confidence dynamic. This is indirect what is it, like indirect social cues or whatever, where a direct social cue would be you walking like this, you look very confident. An indirect social cues would be like your eye movement. Are you looking around? Do you look nervous with your eye movements? Your voice, is it shaky? Is it confident? When you're talking to a girl, are you looking her in the eyes, or are you kind of, yeah, I guess we can, I guess, or are you, look, yeah, no, we can definitely go do that. Like, what are we, yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Which one seems more confident to you? And it's because of the tone of my voice, right? Your tone matters just as much as your words. The most effective tone is kind of like this late night FM radio voice, I like to call it. It's where you speak slowly, you speak calmly, you speak deeply. You sound more relaxed and in control, right? There's a guy on Instagram Reels that does this perfectly. He does it to perfection. I think he's like fly fishing or whatever, and he'll be just fishing in like the mountains, and he'll have a headset on, and he's a sales guy, and he'll just be talking. He'll be like, "Yeah, we can for sure get that loan approved for you. Oh, I'm right there with you. Yeah, nope, just here, I got you. And what were you looking to get for that house? Yeah, okay, that's a yeah, that's a good price. I'll let the way that he speaks isn't like, hey ma'am, I'm just calling from Solar Panels R Us, and we were just wondering, it looks like you could have some work done. Listen to that, bro. That does not sound good at all. If you were to be like, hey, my name's Damien. I'm calling from Solar Panels R Us. My people were out around last week or so, and they said to kind of give you a call and see what was going on. That you might be interested in buying some solar panels for us. Like the way, which one sounds better? The first one is rushed. It's too scripty. It's too and it doesn't sound human. The second one is more, hey, I'm just reaching out to you, right? It feels way more calm, way more relaxed, way more composed, way more in control. So your tone matters. A calm voice lowers that emotional reaction and lowers the emotional temperature of the conversation, and it makes the other person feel more relaxed and subconsciously feel safer. So you're definitely going to want to add a more slow, confident, deeper, late night radio type of voice in the bag. And fellas, works with the ladies too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I just want to say, I just had to say, it works with the girls too. Okay? Because what girl wants to be sitting here and you're just like, yeah, do you want to go eat Chipotle and maybe we can go hang out. This is how you niggas look. This is how you niggas look. Maybe we can go hang out. You niggas are slow. All right, but now, watch this, right? Hey, yeah, no worries at all. We can just like hang out whenever, I guess. I mean, you got my number, right? Just text me, let me know. Look at that. Way more composed, way more confident. Not doing too much. All right? Tone of voice matters. Next one, validate before you proceed. People don't want to be corrected. Again, they want to be understood. Before presenting your argument, you first need to acknowledge how the other person on the other side may feel. Simple phrases like, look, I understand why you feel that way. Can I offer a different line of thinking, right? Can I offer a different opinion? Can I offer a different angle? These are non-offensive ways. I understand the way that you feel. Can I offer a different perspective? I understand the way that you feel. If I were you, that makes sense. No, what you're saying totally makes sense. I can see where you're coming from. Validation isn't agreement. It's showing that you heard them, which again, back to like the first or second point, that's originally what people want, is you understanding them. Once people feel understood, they are far more open to hearing from your perspective. Okay? Next one, question assumptions. Okay? Negotiations oftentimes will get stuck because both sides are arguing over assumptions instead of the actual facts. Oh my God, this gets so annoying. And how you can kind of maneuver through that is by asking questions that uncover what's actually true. And this is this is one of my personal favorite things to do. Is I like to walk down people's arguments with questions and have them lead themselves to the fucking water. Because nigga, you're wrong. You know what I mean? You're wrong. And I'm just getting you there yourself. And that's the approach that you need to take. Instead of making statements, get curious. The more assumptions you uncover, the more room you create for a better outcome. Like, if you're sitting here and the other person disagrees with the point that you're making, let's say you're talking with a person on your team and you want to run $100 worth of ads and they only want to run $50 worth of ads, right? You might be like, okay, well, why do you want to only run such low ad spend? Well, because maybe no. Well, the creative that we're pushing out, what did it do? What can you check the analytics real quick? What did it do with this much ad spend? Well, it did here real quick. Go into Claude and ask it if we were to put $100 at this conversion rate, what would be the projected outcome? $100 would be the good outcome or whatever it says, right? $100, your point, right? $100 would be good. Okay, well, it's saying this. Oh, okay. I mean, do you want to give it a shot? Sure, we can try it. There! You just asked questions. You didn't come in and say, you're wrong. Look at this, look at that. Bam, bam, bam. Exhibit A, B, and C. You just asked questions and they slowly came to your realization. Well, I was just thinking, well, okay, yeah, no, that totally makes sense. But I guess in my mind, my only question would be that will get you much farther than just flat out accusing them. And people with sharper personalities and people who are more high strung and things like that, that's where you're gonna be able to get the one up on them, because people that are more high strung and people that are more direct and people that are more kind of like your chirper type of personalities, they're just gonna ask the question direct and tell you you're wrong directly. But that's where people like us come in and slowly walk them down. Slowly walk them down. Look at how composed I am. Look at how calm I am. Look at how chill I am. I don't come at people crazy with an iron fist and I'm slamming that bitch down, right? Because you need to slowly pick them apart. Slowly walk them the fuck down, right? That's why Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer, right? Hey, you can argue with a wall if you want to, all right? It's because he sits there for 7 rounds waiting, calculating, being slow. And when he versus someone like, I don't know, Maidana, or someone that's more, more power and I need to knock you out. I can't really, I don't really know boxing ball like that, right? But when he versus someone like that, they just come in wanting to knock him out. Rounds 2, rounds 3, rounds 4, rounds 5, round 8. They're slowing down. But he's been like this the whole fight. Now he's coming in with that. Now he's coming in with that shit when his opponent is gassed. And that's exactly how the negotiation should work. Okay? People that are more high strung get leveled because they come in high strung. They come in very high strung. But a more calculated approach where you're kind of sitting back, surveying the whole field, seeing all the facts, asking questions, being curious is going to go way farther than just coming in guns blazing, I need a deal done. Okay? And that can bring us to our next point, is that similarity builds trust. People naturally trust people who feel familiar. Match their pace, match their energy, mirror their communication without copying them, and you'll be good. Small similarities can create comfort, and comfort creates trust. This is also just networking 101. The more familiar that people are with you, the more that they feel like they know you, the more that they do know you, the easier the negotiation becomes. That's why I think in 2026 and beyond, it is so important that you guys start personal brands. I think if you're going to be any sort of owner, agency owner, e-com owner, any sort of owner, you need to have a personal brand. And so many people will call you corny. So many people will say that's embarrassing. So many people will say that you should quit. But you really shouldn't, Because what a personal brand does is it builds familiarity, it builds trust, it builds a connection, and sometimes parasocially, but it builds a connection with you and an audience. So if you're all over TikTok, all over IG Reels, all over YouTube, and your face is known, and now you're going into a negotiation and the person on the other side of that negotiation knows who you are, they already know what you've been saying online. They already know what you like, can kind of get a grasp on what you know in your skill level, right? So they're going to come at you from a position like they know you. I'll give you an example. If you were to call into a club right now and say, I need a section, they're going to give you their base fees and probably tax you to hell. They're going to be like, yo, we need 10K for this. We need 5K for this. You getting bottle service. You going to pay this plus tax. That's what they're going to do to you. But imagine if you were Drake. Imagine if you were Kevin Durant. Imagine if you were Future or Offset. Or imagine if you were even someone like Clavicular even. Just having that personal brand and recognition and exposure, clubs might give you shit for free. Clubs might give you free bottle service. Clubs might pack your section with people for recognition. The owner might walk up to you and now that's a network that you've just built. All from creating familiarity, all from creating personal brand, and all from the other person on the other side of what you want, knowing you or feeling familiar with your face. And let's say you don't want to build a personal brand, you can do this kind of indirectly by just mirroring them. That's why I kind of included that twice, is because if you mirror the other person on the opposite end of that, they're going to feel like you are them, right? For example, if somebody uses a word multiple times, start saying that word, right? Man, that's cap. Man, that's cap. That's cap. That's cap. Throw it in there. You're capping, bro. Nah, you're capping, dog. They're gonna be like, oh, he knows what I'm talking about. He knows. And they're gonna feel more familiar because they see themselves in you. Next point. Learn when you need to confront someone. Don't attack the person. Lower the temperature first. I'll explain. You're going to want to start with when you're in an argument and it's kind of getting heated, okay? Bring the temperature down. Start with, I'm sorry, or maybe there's a misunderstanding. Use a calm voice, a slow voice. I'm telling you, I understand negotiations can get heated. I understand all of that. If you just, let's reset. I'm sorry, maybe there's a misunderstanding. You had said that you wanted XYZ thing. Stay silent for a couple seconds. Let them talk. Okay? I'm sorry, there may be a misunderstanding. I thought you said blah, blah, blah. No, what I really said was bang, 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 bang. Well, okay, if let's just think for a second. If bang, 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 bang is bang, 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 then bang, bang, bang? Question, right? No, that's not. Well, what I really mean is, and now now their whole argument breaks down. So it's like really the main takeaways from negotiation is being able to mirror, staying calm and composed, right? Being able to mirror, staying calm and composed, knowing when to confront someone and be on the kill, or knowing when to kind of sit back and observe the field like a quarterback. Use the right tonality because that's very important, and listen more than you speak. Okay? And I promise you, you will go way further than you ever have, and you will get way more than you ever have, and you will be able to achieve and get absolutely anything that you fucking want. Okay? The biggest lesson is that the best negotiators don't win because they have better arguments. Okay? They win because they make the other person feel understood. Logic closes deals, but emotions opens the door up. so that way the deal can get done in the first place. Understand that people are not rational creatures. Understand that they work off emotions. Everybody works off emotions. Choose the right tonality, mirror them, etc. And you will be good in negotiation. You will be a killer in negotiation. I'm about to drop a couple more tips on this. I actually like talking about this subject. I'd like to think that I myself am a pretty good negotiator. I feel like I understand people on a personal level. I feel like I can kind of uh profile people very well. I feel like I can kind of connect with people very well. I feel like I know how to diffuse situations. So if at any point you have any questions about anything negotiation related, please drop it down in the comments. I will help you. Also, there's a Discord down below. Make sure that you join that. It's for my community. It's for you guys. I drop free resources in there to help you guys. I give free game to help you guys, okay? And yes, it's 100% free. So that's pretty much what it is. Join the Discord. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to talk with you on there one-on-one and help you guys out with anything that you need. All right. So yeah, it's been real. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, y'all.